Hey everyone! So today I am going to be trying acrylic paint for not the first time, but for a pretty new go because I haven't done it since high school, and I'm going to be doing it on these very tiny 8 by 6 centimeter canvases. So I primarily do watercolor painting if I do painting at all, and so this was kind of scary because watercolor and acrylic paint are very different. So this is just some like really cheap acrylic paint that my mum picked up from like a dollar store or something like that. I had no idea how I was going to approach this. I drew a cutie fruity on here because I thought, might as well draw something, and I had no idea what I was doing. I have never felt so out of place by doing something before, but I will tell you, I felt so out of place, and I give props to anyone who can actually use acrylic paint. It took me over an hour to do this painting, and I did a second painting, but unfortunately the footage on that actually got corrupted, so you will see in the end I do some touch-ups on the second painting, but I don't have any footage of me doing that painting. I had no idea what I was doing. I was so out of my element, but I think for someone who hasn't done acrylic paint for like 10 plus years, this is not that bad. I also had the world's smallest canvas, and as you can see I have a collection of brushes. I was moving between the 3 smallest brushes that I have, the smallest being 000. So yes, I underestimated just how tiny these canvases were. I thought, let's try acrylic paint on these really small canvases. Oh boy, was that a mistake? Overall, I actually had a lot of fun once you could sort of start seeing the painting come together. It was a very interesting process, I guess, because with Copics and watercolors, there is a stage where it's like, oh boy, this looks like a heaping pile of trash. I could keep going and, maybe try and turn it into something nice. And like, I feel paintings have an ugly phase. It's the ugly phase. Drawings and paintings all have the ugly phase. And so I feel like with this piece that I did, majority of it was its ugly phase, and it was really difficult because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know whether it was going to turn into a beautiful butterfly or if it was just going to stay in its ugly phase. So something new to announce is that I actually learnt how to hand make stickers, and so on my Etsy store, which is linked down below, I now have stickers. I have my 2 cutie fruities as stickers, so my Just Peachy buns and my strawberry buns are up on my Etsy as stickers, and also I have a amethyst sticker from Steven Universe. I turned a Copic piece that I did of her into a sticker, and there is a 4th sticker design, which is just like the first watercolor piece I ever did was like a girl with flowers. And so that's up on there, yeah. If you ever, are curious, hey, does she have new stock? Always go check it out. All my links are down below if you ever want to check out anything. The one thing that I loved about acrylic paint was just the fact that if it didn't work out, you could just wait for that paint to dry and paint right on top of it. It is like semi-Control Z, but for paint. and I did that a lot. I really did. I relied on it too much. Too much. So at this stage, I wasn't sure if I was going to add details to the hair or if I was going to add like any details to the picture at all, or if I was going to do that after with my fine liners and my white gel pen. But I decided, oh, you know, maybe I'll do a background. So initially I wanted this background to be mint. Why do I make it a pale lemon yellow? I have no idea why I tried to do that, but I was just putting it together and I was like, I hate this so much, and so I was like, hey, let's just add some red to it and then some white, and it made this really nice blush color, and I am so thankful that I painted over this. You can see some of the yellow still in the background, but I actually really like that effect of it still being there. I think it really works well having the layer show through. And yeah, you know, the Control Z of paint with acrylic is great. It's really great. I don't know what I would do without it. Just have some pale lemon grossness as the background, you know? One of the best things with working with black is the fact that I did use the pink to sort of slim down her hair, and I did it a little bit too much on one of the sides, but because black just covers everything and anything, I just had to wait for it to dry, and then I could actually just paint over it. You know, I feel like that is the motto with acrylic paint, you know? Don't like something, just paint over it. Oh, I made a mistake, just paint over it, you know? Instead of Dory, just keep swimming, just keep painting. A goal I have for this channel is to definitely get and invest in a decent quality camera. At the moment I just use my phone camera, but while it's recording I can't use it for anything else, so I can't do things like the 10 minute, 1 minute and 10-second challenge because I don't really have anything else to time myself with. After a camera I'll probably invest in a microphone, so I am looking at simple ways to try and up the quality of what I produce because I love producing these videos for you guys. I love creating content. If there is anything that you would like to see in particular, you can always let me know in the comments down below. I am so happy to take on your suggestions. I would love to have a rapport with you guys and know what you would like to see. So in the end I did decide to use my fine liners to go over the picture just because I felt I could be a lot more steadier and get smaller areas with the fine liners than I could a paintbrush. As an artist, people often assume that you have very steady hands. That is not the case at all. Often my hands will shake and I can't paint a nail to save my life, and so I often will go for my fine liners rather than something small that could possibly cause a big mess like a paintbrush. Due to the lighting in the room that I was sitting in, it was right above me, and so it was actually really hard to see sometimes what I was lining just because of the reflection of the acrylic paint. It tends to dry with a sort of gloss to it or a sort of sheen, and so I find it really difficult to see it when it's flat down, and so I have to keep tilting it up to me to actually see what I'm doing. but now I'm adding the white highlights and I think it looks a lot better now because it's an actual finished piece. It's not in its ugly phase as I talked about before. And yeah, I'm actually really proud of myself. I've never tried to accomplish something like this with acrylic paint, and I'm glad that I took the challenge and the step to do so. You know, sucker for punishment, I had to try and challenge myself to do it on the smallest canvas I could find. This picture here, or this painting, is the one that I did off camera that never actually managed to get captured, unfortunately. I just did a simple like galaxies with blue and green, and I thought it would be really nice with a black edge around it, sort of like I've taken a small snapshot of space. While creating the second piece, or the second painting, my cat decided twice to come and jump up on the table and interrupt me. Thankfully, she didn't get any paint on her fur and didn't track it throughout the house, but I was terrified for 2 seconds each time she did it. Clearly, you know, she just wanted some cuddles, but I have never feared for my life so much in such a little time frame. So after finishing the black border, I decided to add a few more stars to this painting because it didn't quite turn out how I pictured or would have liked it to. And then both of these are done. So thank you so much for watching me try to paint with acrylic paint on some very, very tiny canvases. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your comments and suggestions down below. I would love to see them. Links for my social media are always in the description, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Bye!